Hey there, fellow space seekers. Welcome back to the channel. If you're craving more breathing room in your living space, you're in for a treat. Today we're going through my home to uncover ideas for decluttering through focusing on bigger items that can be taken out of yours. If you're excited to create more space for life's adventures, hit that like button and let's get started. First up, let's start right here in my living room. As I'm scanning my living room, I am looking for items that aren't used that I can get rid of. And to be honest, I'm not saying much, but I want to give you guys an example. Say we had a big armchair in this corner that was never used, or maybe it only got used when we had a surplus of people over, which in our household rarely happens. Think to yourself, if I had a chair in this corner that wasn't being used and I removed it, what else could this space be used for? Maybe it sits empty for more room to play with the pets and kids. Or you can make a meditation corner to foster your growing interest in that. The options are endless, but I think the real point is that space would better be used without this chair. Now I want to hit on our coffee table. I'm sure you guys have seen minimalist homes with those small round tables that make your home feel more opened up. Although those tables look great, I don't believe they necessarily make your home function better. If I got rid of this table, it would open up a lot of space, but we also need to think about functionality in our home. This coffee table holds the current books I'm reading, but it also hosts family games and hand weights for working out. Right now, I do not have a better setup or system for those items that would justify getting rid of this table. Remember, the items in your home are meant to serve you, not make your life harder. This coffee mug scenario is exactly why I consider myself minimal-ish, not a minimalist, but I could consider myself that too. So going further behind the couch, I have this 3-tier drawer system. I would like to get rid of this eventually, but right now it would honestly make my life harder as I haven't made enough space for the items inside to go elsewhere. Now let's take a short walk to the dining room / kitchen. What did I find here? A dining room table that is never used for dining. Instead, it tends to be a catch-all for items. So this is going to go. Now we need to talk about one of my favorite items, a beautiful wine rack that was gifted to me for my birthday. This wine rack is beautifully crafted and I love how I can put decor here on the top. I just think it's so cute. Although wine is my favorite drink of choice, there are several reasons as to why I feel I don't really need this anymore. For starters, there is no wine on this wine rack that I'm going to drink. So you can see down below here, I kind of placed a few bottles that we did drink, but they're just from vacations. And I really only placed the bottles there because I had so much room on my rack. Up here, we have 3 bottles that are from my wedding over 2 years ago. And then I also have like an anniversary gift bottle here that I kept. But yeah, no bottles of wine on this rack that I'm going to drink. Not only is the rack essentially not doing the function it was made for, but I actually chose to go sober for quite a while, which made me realize how much I overdrank in general and how much I drank just because other people were drinking. And because of that, I think it is time to part with the wine rack. It's time to part with your unused furniture, whether that's the oversized sofa that's sitting in your living room or the dining room table that is never used for dining. Consider passing on those items to someone who will truly enjoy them. Removing these bulky pieces can instantly open up your living space. So let's do a quick sweep of our laundry room. Okay, so I already know I don't have anything in here that I want to get rid of, but I just wanted to point out, this is your living space. It is okay for you to have out hampers. We often have people, this is our garage, but we also often have people walk in through here. Who cares if you have hampers here? Okay, I have found that one hamper, I used to have 2, but one hamper does best because otherwise I can't open the laundry. And then I always keep this hamper in here because I love throwing our used towels in here so I can separate that from the laundry in our bedroom. Also, if you have space, these little things are pretty awesome. You can see I have some like cleaning products down there, but on the top I keep my laundry detergent. Yes, I keep like a little thing for our lint and then dryer balls. Once again, I believe in making your home as functional as possible. Decluttering is awesome with that, but don't forget to think about your home as serving you. All right, now it's time for our kitchen pantry. Come on, guys. So as you will notice, our pantry is quite messy, and that's okay. You can go ahead and judge it because it's an area that I haven't really gotten to taking care of yet. So I do love those like cute little pantry organizers, you know, the clear bins and whatnot. But there are a couple of reasons why I do not advocate for those. One, organizing is not the same as decluttering. And I think you need to first declutter immensely before you even think about buying those cute little organizers. Otherwise, I feel like we get in a cycle of organizing and reorganizing, and it just keeps continuing when really, we really actually just need to fix the clutter problem. Okay, and reason number 2 as to why I don't advocate for all those little cute storage solutions is it is not something where I want my money going to right now, so why am I going to ask someone else to do the same? Once again, you need to fix the clutter problem first, and then you can clearly see, oh, it would be nice to have a bin here of these items. It would be nice to have this here of these items. Fix the clutter problem first before you go and buy organizing bins. Sorry for the rant. Items to get rid of in here. I just bought one of these spin mops, which I think is way easier than what I was using. So I think it's time that I can get rid of the shark. I need to find the mop heads for it. But also, because I have a mop now, which is easier to hold, that also kind of defeats the purpose of the Swiffers. So I didn't really like using my shark steam mop because I feel like it didn't really scrub the floors, was annoyed by the cord and whatnot. So with the purchase of one mop, I can get rid of 3 items that we had in our pantry. Next, I'm going to look for any gadgets that are still in their box. So if you have a blender that's been in a box for a year or 2, maybe you don't need the blender. Maybe it's time to get rid of it. Go ahead and sell it or donate it. I got 2 of these Black & Deckers for our wedding, and we haven't even used one yet, although I know we will because we love to camp. So I'm still going to keep one, but this one I'm going to go ahead and sell because I don't need to. I promise this next space is going to be an actual quick stop. Our half bath. This flower pot, I've thought about multiple times. It's okay, but the only reason I haven't gotten rid of it yet is because I really love the winter flowers that I put in here for Christmas. So that's the only reason I haven't gotten rid of it yet. So we'll see around Christmas time if I still love it. If not, that's on my radar to possibly leave. Now we're looking for any big bulky items that we could get rid of in our bedroom. Spoiler alert, my bed is not Pinterest worthy. I don't have the cute throw thrown across the bottom or those big fluffy throw pillows that make your bed look so cute and put together. I don't think they're practical. And quite frankly, I don't want to deal with throwing them on and off the floor every day. So you may have a side table that you don't use. That might be a good item. My husband said he's finally okay with possibly getting our TV out of our room. So if we were able to do that, I would be getting rid of all of this. The only reason I really have this stand here is because like the TV cords go down there. So this is actually a good like place to keep items. It's a good little storage space to keep items from being scattered around your floor. Because we used to have, you know, a little back massager. It would be like beside the bed. And then we had the chirp and it was sitting over here by the dresser, and it just made things more cluttered. So this chest I'm all for keeping. And if you know, you know, it ends up being my husband's catch-all for the not quite dirty enough for the laundry, but not quite clean enough to hang up clothes, which is fine. As long as they're not thrown everywhere, that's fine. He can have that space. This might be a hard concept for some people to grasp because we're just used to having so much stuff. But this is my husband's dresser. I want to get this dresser or my dresser, whichever one, I don't care. I want to eliminate one. So my dresser right now is in our closet. I would like to minimize our clothes so much that my husband and I are able to share a dresser. So it'd be cool to get this out of our bedroom. I just think it would free up so much more space and make the place a little bit more calm. So we'll see. We'll see if we get there. I was going to hit on this later, but another great idea for you guys is TVs. How many TVs do you have in your household? Normally, when we get a new TV, we don't get rid of the old one. So our household currently has 4 TVs, and there's only 2 of us. Time to head to the basement. Looking around, I do have some items that we have accumulated for our future children. I got them at good bargain places. That was actually my mom's and then mine when I was little. So that little rocking chair is really special to me. But looking around, do you have any unused gym equipment that you could get rid of? One thing for me is I know I want to get rid of this table. This was my husband's. It's all scratched up. I don't know if you can see it has some scratches on it. And it's not like our ideal table that we would want later. Also, on the note of kids items, are your kids now grown where you don't need these items anymore? Those are great items to get rid of. Also, this furniture was passed down to us. I'm not going to sell it right now because it would just look really weird down here and we would feel like we would have to get new furniture, and I don't want to do that right now. So this furniture will eventually go, but right now it's going to stay. So far I'm getting rid of this table, going to put on Facebook Marketplace. And then also this chair, we don't ever use this chair. This chair and this table are going because in our spare bedroom, I have another wooden table that I would rather keep because, I don't know, I think this is my grandma's or my mom's or something. They got it as a wedding gift. I don't know. Basically, they've had it a really long time, but the wood does not scratch. These wooden stands do not scratch. They do not leave watermarks. Therefore, I would like to keep them because I think they will last a really long time. The same with all these like end stands. I know they're mismatching. I actually think I have the other matching one in my bedroom upstairs. Okay, something that I can get rid of. This is an Iowa Hawkeye picture frame. Him and I neither really like sports. We don't like watching sports. And he kind of just said like, oh, I used to decorate with Hawkeye items, but I'm not really into it. So we are going to get rid of this picture. So as you go through your house, remember, we're not trying to be wasteful. We're just trying to get rid of items that aren't serving us. And while there are multiple items that as I were going through our home, I knew weren't our forever items and actually weren't being used currently, I know that if I were to get rid of those items, I would feel the need to replace them. And I don't really want to be spending money on items that I don't necessarily need right now. So I'm making do with what I already have in my home. Making your home look and feel the way you want does take time. And I never ever advocate going into debt in order to do so. Remember, try your best to do what you can with what you have. Start by decluttering. That makes a world of a difference and automatically frees up space in your home and makes it feel more open and airy. I think too many times we get wrapped up in trying to make our home look picture perfect without thinking about the implications that may have. Always think about what works for your family and work on being conscious and aware, especially because we are thrown so many advertisements a day. Before I conclude this video, I want to touch on a few other unused items you may have lying around your home. Electronics tend to be something that we never dispose of. Consider recycling or selling these items to free up space and eliminate visual clutter. Exercise equipment. Is your treadmill just a drying rack? Maybe it's time to sell it. Oversized decor. While a statement piece can be beautiful, too many of them can make your space feel cramped. Are extra bedding and linens taking up valuable closet space? Pare down your collection to what you generally use and donate the rest. Have unwanted sporting gear that hasn't been touched in ages? Whether it's skis, golf clubs, or bicycles, if they're collecting dust, it's time to make space for what you truly love. And don't forget about unused children's items, such as large strollers, high chairs, and playpens. Other items can include outgrown or unused clothing, such as large winter coats or formal wear that is rarely used. Don't forget about large storage containers or even excess luggage that wasn't tossed when you got the new. Now let's quickly talk about disposal of your items. Obviously, the easiest thing to do is toss it in the trash or send it to the landfill. I really want you to think about how you can give the item new life. Not only does this reduce waste, but it could save someone else from spending more than they need to on something new. A good option is to gift the item to someone that you know could use it better. Donating your items is obviously always a good choice. While there are places like Goodwill, I recommend Salvation Army, the DAV, which is for disabled veterans, or any local places that provide for families in need in your community. And before you drop off at a donation center, make sure that they do accept furniture because sometimes they don't. Another good option is just to put your item curbside and maybe someone will find it valuable and pick it up. And lastly, something I feel no shame in and actually I advocate for, resell your items. Put them on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. There are so many different places that you could try to resell your items. And there is no shame in this because when someone buys your item, they see your item as more value than the money that they are going to give up. So if you have the time, if you have the space, if you have the sanity, resell your items. And there you have it, fellow space seekers. By removing these bigger items that no longer serve you, you'll not only create more physical space, but you'll breathe new life into your home. If any of these ideas resonated with you or you have ideas of your own, drop them in the comments below. Remember, decluttering and creating space is a journey. And every step you take will bring you closer to a more organized and serene home. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more inspiring content. Until next time, happy decluttering, and as always, stay intentional. Bye, friends!